So I wanted to make a video talking about something else, but this has been bothering me for a few weeks now, so I'm going to talk about this, and that is Josh Allen. The Buffalo Bills are 8-3, first in the AFC East Division. Watching this team this year, I can definitely say that they have what it takes to be a Super Bowl contender. And I'm pretty sure going into the season that a lot of people picked them to be Super Bowl champions and Super Bowl contenders. And why not? They have it all. They have Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, Mike Singletary, the signing of Von Miller, who didn't tear his ACL this past Thanksgiving, but it looks like he may not be out of the woods yet. He still may have some season-ending surgery done to his knee, but they're hoping that he may be able to play with a knee brace. Outside of Von Miller, other guys have stepped up, like Ed Oliver, bringing back Jordan Phillips. I think that has done wonders for this team. Gregory Rousseau, whose name I cannot say, Tremaine Edmonds, Matt Milano, who's been a pretty good underrated linebacker this season. So if Von Miller is not able to go, that'll be a big loss. I'm not trying to make it seem like it'll be a small loss, but as far as pass rushing is concerned, I think they'll still be able to manage with these other guys. Even though the Bills have gotten off to a hot start this season, and they look pretty good. Over the past few weeks now, they've kind of been slipping a little bit, and I would say it started with the Jets, even though I'm not really too sold on the Jets, despite the fact that they've had a surprisingly good season so far. The Vikings, who are no slouch. The Browns, they play hard, and then they got the Detroit Lions, who look like they have a future squad to make some serious noise going towards the future. It's not like they've been struggling against mediocre teams. These are some teams that can play and give you a headache. But I want to talk about Josh Allen. When he first came into the league, you immediately saw his athleticism and how mobile he was. That immediately jumped out at me. I believe he had some games where he was the leading rusher for his team. And I remember saying that he was the best rookie mobile quarterback at the time. Then the following season, he starts displaying his throwing ability. He was inaccurate. He needed to work on that, but you saw that he was trying to take chances and deliver the ball down the field. In the following season, he looked like he finally got it together. He started to look like an MVP quarterback. But there are some things that still bother me watching Josh Allen, given the fact that he didn't know how to give up on a play. He would do way too much, getting pressure with 2 or 3 guys in his face, running 15 yards backwards, still trying to throw the ball down the field. At times, he would avoid a costly mistake, and then at times he would make a mistake. Then the season after they lost to the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game, he comes out and he was really up and down. He was inconsistent, started at the beginning of the season. He was inaccurate. He wasn't making the proper throws that he needed to make. And then at times he would look like the Josh Allen from 2020. But then the playoffs came around and he just turned into a completely different person, and he was solid. He was great. And the question was, can he take these performances that he's having in the playoffs and carry it into next season, and so on and so forth? Can he be more consistent with his performances? And here we are with the season of 2022. Josh Allen has gotten off to a hot start. He started off the season pretty strong, but over the past few weeks now, his inconsistencies has come to light once again. And I would say it started with the Green Bay Packers. They beat the Packers 27-17, but it probably should have been a lot worse than that. He turned the ball over 2 times. The following week after that, against the Jets, he turned the ball over again 2 times. He had 2 interceptions. Against the Vikings, he had 2 more interceptions again. And these interceptions aren't interceptions where the defense is disguising their coverages and guys are just making a play on the ball, and you just have to kind of throw your hands up in the air and say he just made a good play on the ball. Josh Allen threw a perfect pass to his wide receiver, but the DB was able to make an unbelievable play on the football. No, the guys are like right there standing in his line of vision, and he's still trying to make something out of nothing. I don't know what he's looking at. These are picks where you probably say to yourself, is he trying to throw the game? You know, did someone pay him to throw the game for the Bills? And I'm not saying that's the truth. You know, I'm just making the case. I'm just saying that these are just bad interceptions. You know, it's like, damn, is he getting paid off to throw the game or something? That's how bad these interceptions are. After the Vikings, he didn't have any interceptions, but his accuracy was pretty off at the beginning of the game. Then against Detroit, he had 1 INT, but almost had 2. Almost came close to having 2. Josh Allen's inconsistencies, man, they're still rearing its ugly head. Not only is he not throwing the football very well, or not only is he not taking care of the football very well, he's being inaccurate. He's missing easy throws at times in the flat, short, intermediate throws, and he's still trying to do way too much when it comes to running the football. He's trying to hurdle over defenders, truck defenders, stiff arm defenders. It's like, if I'm a Bills fan, I don't need my quarterback doing that. I don't need my franchise quarterback doing that. I need him to stay in the pocket, go through his reads, make the right play. The only time I would want him to try and run for a first down is if he absolutely has to. If there's no one open, if the defense is playing man-to-man and they got their backs to Josh, and if a lane opens up at the line of scrimmage, then go ahead and take it. And if you get it enough yardage, slide. Don't try and hurdle or dive over anybody. Just get down on the ground. Now, if Josh Allen doesn't take care of these mistakes, then he is going to really fuck over the Bills. And I'm not saying that if he plays bad, it's going to be all his fault. I'm not saying that. It's never one guy's fault. In the ultimate sport of football, which is a team sport, it's never one guy's fault. And I hate the fact that I have to reiterate that whenever I talk about a quarterback. I will never, ever subscribe to that notion of if a team loses, oh, it's his fault. It's the quarterback's fault. No. Josh Allen could come out and throw for 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, but Stephon Diggs may have the worst game of his life, drop 5 passes, 2 of those being touchdowns. The offensive line may have a terrible day. Someone may get hurt, God forbid. The defense may not show up to play, right? So, but I'm just saying that, I'm just trying to make the case that this looks like it could be the Bills' year. The Bills have it all. They can finally get past the Chiefs, right? Because it looks like the Chiefs are still the rulers of the AFC conference, even though they lost to the Bengals. But I'll still say that the Bengals are the rulers of the AFC conference because they beat them in the AFC championship game last season. The Bills look like they have it all. It looks like it could be their season. And I think that if Josh Allen continues to be inconsistent, if he continues to do too much, try to be too aggressive, try and hurdle and truck defenders, then he is going to get hurt and he is going to royally screw over the Bills. So those are my thoughts on Josh Allen. Please like and subscribe. That is it. I am out.